Hello, the beautiful souls on YouTube. Happy Chinese New Year. And I'm wearing traditional Chinese clothes underneath my this coat. So you might see this red and golden. But I want to jump on to make this video just for you guys and share something. It's more of like my personal story. So I'm going to see how I'm going to deliver this message. But first of all, if you come across this channel and like the energy, please subscribe and share with the people that you think they might gonna benefit from those messages, teachings, wisdom, whatever you call it, or just my perspective. So if things doesn't align with your energy, move on. Thank you so much. But if you really resonate with my energy, please subscribe and follow my journey. So this morning I just had a huge realization, right? We all know that our childhood, the experience gonna shape who we are today. Now, I thought about my story. By the way, I am Chinese. I born and raised in China. I came here 12 years ago, and the year I was born, or the period of time I was born, is a time of one-child policy. So maybe you guys know a little bit about one-child policy, maybe you're not. However, I was born as a second child as a girl in China. So kind of a big deal in a traumatic way or in a more empowered way, either way. Depends how you see it. So if you are interested in this story, which I'm going to unpack my story of how where I come from, how I was born, how I rise above, be a more empowered story, I'm going to have my friend to kind of make a mini documentary or storytelling, whatever it is. So if you are interested in that, just follow along. I'm going to release more information in the next couple months. So back to the story. So I was born in a society that time is a one-child policy. So my friends, my classmates, when I grow up, they basically just have one kid. They do not have siblings, okay? So what the realization I had this morning was, because when I was born, everybody just have one sibling. Just have one child. So I'm the rare, probably 10% of the, classmates that have siblings. So I always feel confused. Like I did not know when I just came out of the world, like I do not understand what's going on. I was confused. And since, other households just want to have one kid. In our family, I have a sister. So I feel like I needed to do more to, some sort of like, sorry, it's my fault that we have two kids. So I want to do more. I want to help more. I want to support my parents more by not asking help from them, which means if I don't ask help from them, which means I'm not bothering them. I'm not putting more pressure and burden on them. And also, I will always make myself available to my close family friends, because I feel like that's how you show love, is make yourself always available for the people around you. And to a certain degree is you push your boundary, make other people's things more important than yours. So you see where that goes. The process of doing that is basically your boundary with close friends, family, or close relationship. You will prioritize other people's things instead of prioritize your own thing. So, and you always sacrifice. You always make yourself available for people and not really value your time and energy. That's basically what I was doing unconsciously. I didn't really consciously doing that. Of course I want to make my things important. Of course I want to value my energy and time. Of course I want to feel important. Of course I want to feel loved. Of course I don't want to feel confused. But that's the society setting made me do the things that way. And since I was doing that when I was so young, it's a program. It's a program that's built in my system that is so naturally I would do that over and over. Now, however, in the relationship, because if there's a pattern, if a limiting belief, it will show up in your relationship, especially in the close relationship. It will repeat the pattern. But again, if you're not aware, it's like the computer program is so naturally, it's so smooth running, and you didn't cost you didn't really wake you up one day. It's like, why this thing's not working? Basically, I'm asking myself, why the relationship is not working over and over. You just change to different people, but you play the same game, Finally, this morning, I had this moment of connecting, because I have been doing a lot of energy work on myself to have working on your self-worth, self-value, self-judgment, self-anger, you name it. However, those two dots just connected, this morning, and I had this huge realization is how to rise above that, because you will not be able to change things if you do not aware what's going on. So the awareness always comes first, and the second one comes the choice. When you're aware certain things, you be in this pattern. When you're aware that pattern doesn't hold any power onto you, or I would say, not say doesn't hold any power, because you put into the light, and then now you have a choice. I would say you have a choice now. So back to my story. When I realized this pattern is connected with my childhood, how I was born, how I was raised, and I realized the lesson I was learning in the last 30 whatever years is your self-worth, self-love, and how to set a boundary, how to prioritize yourself and the self-love, and to make yourself important. If I do not think myself important, how other people think I'm myself important, right? And knowing, to a certain degree, you want to be there for people. However, maybe I better take care of my own needs first before I always make myself available. Set the boundary. So those are the lessons I was learning, and I learned, and I suddenly feel the energy, it just opened up and just so freeing. And for this pattern, I know that I will make sure that it will not repeat in next relationship, or the current relationship. Because if it's still repeating, then I need to go back to see what is another deep layer of this story that I'm unpacking, but for some reason still have a deeper layer of message, of teaching, of lessons that I need to learn. So it's more of my personal sharing again. If you do not need to born as a second child, as a girl, to have the feeling of feel unwanted, neglected, unimportant, feel confused. You don't need to born this way. It's just, the story will be different, but the feelings are somehow that we can relate, even though you're born different way. So if you think this messages help you, and if you like the energy that I am spreading to the world, subscribe and share with your friend, and please comment below if you have any feedback, reflection, questions you want to connect. And I have the 4 links of my Instagram account, my healing practice Facebook page, and my podcast as well. My podcast is going to release tomorrow. I'm very excited, called Unity Through Diversity. So please follow along the journey if you feel resonate, if you feel called to. And you guys have a beautiful, beautiful New Year ahead of you. 新年快乐啊！虎年大吉。What else? 吉祥如意。That's it. So happy Chinese New Year. Love you all.